Knowledge Nexus.
Linux. It's in your phone. It's in your car. It's the silent force behind many of the devices you use every day. It even runs most of the internet. From the websites you visit to the apps you use, Linux is the backbone of the digital world. But what is this mysterious force? What makes it so integral to our modern lives? In a nutshell, Linux is an operating system. It's the software that manages all the hardware and software on your computer. Like Windows or macOS, it's the software that makes your computer tick. But Linux is special. It's not just another operating system. It's open source, meaning anyone can use, modify, and distribute it for free. This has led to a global community of developers constantly improving it. This openness has made Linux incredibly popular, powering everything from servers to smart devices. It's everywhere, quietly running in the background. Think of it this way. If Windows is a fancy, pre-packaged meal kit, Linux is a fully stocked kitchen. You have all the ingredients you need to create something unique. You have the freedom to cook up whatever you want, however you want. The possibilities are endless, limited only by your imagination. This makes Linux incredibly versatile and customizable, attracting a passionate community of developers and users. They come together to share ideas and collaborate. So whether you're a tech newbie or a seasoned programmer, Linux has something to offer. It's a platform for learning, creating, and innovating. Buckle up, because we're diving into the world of Linux. Get ready to explore its endless possibilities and discover how it can empower you. What sets Linux apart is its open-source heart. But what does that actually mean? Imagine a recipe shared with the world. Anyone can use it, tweak it, or even remix it to create something new. That's the beauty of open source. With Linux, the source code, the recipe that tells the computer what to do, is freely available. This fosters collaboration, innovation, and a whole lot of geekery. Developers worldwide can contribute to Linux, making it incredibly robust and secure. They can tailor it to specific needs, creating specialized versions called distributions. From the user-friendly Ubuntu to the security-focused Kali Linux, there's a flavor for everyone. This collaborative spirit is what makes Linux so special. Let's peek under the hood, shall we? Just like a car or a computer, Linux has its own intricate inner workings. Linux, like a well-oiled machine, has a distinct architecture. It's designed to be efficient, reliable, and powerful. It's built in layers, with each layer performing a specific function. These layers work together seamlessly to provide a robust operating system. At the core lies the kernel, the heart and soul of the OS. The kernel is fundamental to the system's operation. It interacts directly with the hardware, managing resources like memory, storage, and processing power. This ensures that all hardware components are utilized efficiently. Think of the kernel as the conductor of an orchestra. It coordinates all the hardware components to work in perfect harmony. It makes sure all the instruments, hardware components, are playing in harmony. Without the kernel, the system would be chaotic and unmanageable. Above the kernel sits the user space. This is where the user interacts with the system. This is where the magic happens for us mere mortals. We interact with the user space through applications and commands. It houses all the applications we know and love, from web browsers to games. These applications make our computing experience enjoyable and productive. This separation of powers ensures stability and security. By isolating the kernel from the user space, the system remains stable even under stress. If an application crashes, it won't bring down the entire system. A comforting thought indeed. This design choice makes Linux a reliable and secure operating system. We've established that the kernel is the boss. But what exactly does it do? It's responsible for managing the system's resources. Think of it as a meticulous librarian. It keeps track of which programs need access to which files, how much memory each one gets, and so on. It also handles communication between the hardware and software, ensuring everything runs smoothly. The kernel is like the foundation of a house. It's invisible to the naked eye, but essential for stability and functionality. It's the reason why Linux is known for its reliability and performance. Whether you're running a high-performance server or a humble desktop, the kernel is working tirelessly behind the scenes. It's the unsung hero of the Linux world. Section 5. User space, where the magic happens. Now let's venture into the user space, where things get a little more exciting for us humans. This is the realm where we, as users, truly experience the power and flexibility of Linux. This is where we interact with the system through applications. Whether you're browsing the web, editing documents, or playing music, it all happens here. Everything you see and do on a Linux system happens in the user space. It's the interface between you and the underlying system, making complex operations simple and accessible. This includes your web browser, your music player, and countless other applications that make your digital life easier and more enjoyable. And even your command line, the digital equivalent of a magic wand for tech wizards. With a few keystrokes, you can control and customize your system to your heart's content. The user space is like a bustling city, with applications constantly interacting and communicating with each other. It's a dynamic environment where innovation thrives. It's a diverse ecosystem, with options for every need and taste. From simple text editors to complex development environments, there's something for everyone. From productivity suites to creative tools, the range of software available is staggering. You can write a novel, design a graphic, or even create a 3D model. You'll find everything you need and more in the vast expanse of Linux software. The possibilities are endless, limited only by your imagination. And the best part? Most of it is free and open source. This means you can download, use, and even modify the software without any cost, fostering a community of collaboration and innovation. Section 6. Why Linux rocks benefits galore. Why choose Linux? Let's count the ways. First and foremost, it's free, as in freedom. No need to shell out hundreds of dollars for a license. This is a godsend for students, startups, and anyone on a budget. But free doesn't mean lacking features. Linux is packed with powerful tools and applications, often surpassing its proprietary counterparts. Security is another major plus. Thanks to its open-source nature, security vulnerabilities are quickly identified and patched by the community. Linux is also incredibly stable. Say goodbye to those dreaded blue screens of death, and with its vast hardware compatibility, you can run Linux on practically anything. So, whether you're a tech enthusiast or a budget-conscious user, Linux has something to offer. Section 7. Dive in, getting started with Linux. Ready to take the plunge? Getting started with Linux is easier than you might think. There are numerous user-friendly distributions designed for beginners. Ubuntu, Linux Mint, and elementary OS are great options. They come with intuitive interfaces and a wealth of pre-installed software. You can try Linux without even installing it. Live booting allows you to run the OS directly from a USB drive. This way you can test the waters before committing. And if you need help, the Linux community is vast and welcoming. Forums, online communities, and even local Linux user groups are there to guide you every step of the way. Section 8. Linux Myths Debunked. Don't be afraid. Let's address the elephant in the room, the myths surrounding Linux. Many believe it's only for tech wizards requiring complex command line sorcery. While it's true that Linux offers unparalleled control over your system, modern distributions are incredibly user-friendly. You can install, use, and even troubleshoot most things without ever touching the command line. Another misconception is that Linux lacks software compatibility. While it's true that some Windows-only programs won't run natively, there are often excellent Linux alternatives. Plus, tools like Wine allow you to run many Windows applications seamlessly, so don't let these myths deter you. Linux is more accessible and capable than ever before. Section 9. The Linux community, your support system. One of the best things about Linux is the vibrant community behind it. From seasoned developers to enthusiastic hobbyists, the Linux community is a melting pot of knowledge and passion. There are countless forums, online communities, and even local Linux user groups where you can find help, share your experiences, and connect with like-minded individuals. This sense of community is one of the defining characteristics of the Linux world. Whether you're facing a technical issue or simply want to chat about your favorite Linux distribution, you'll find a welcoming and supportive community ready to embrace you. It's this collaborative spirit that makes Linux more than just an operating system, it's a movement. Section 10. Keep exploring. Your Linux journey begins. Congratulations, you've taken your first steps into the fascinating world of Linux. But this is just the beginning. The beauty of Linux lies in its endless possibilities for exploration and customization. So, dive in, experiment, and don't be afraid to break things. Within reason, of course. Install different distributions, try out new applications, and tweak your system to your heart's content. The more you explore, the more you'll discover the power and flexibility that Linux offers. Who knows, you might even become a passionate advocate, spreading the Linux love far and wide. The journey awaits.